Hey guys, I am back with one of my most requested videos, which is a planner update. I've been getting questions about this pretty much since I posted my last planner update, which I believe was in February of last year. I will post that below because it might be interesting for some of you to see what I was doing last year, in 2013 mostly. This is what I've been mainly doing for the past 7 or 8 months. I kind of switched things up a bit. Some things I'm still using, you'll see if you watch that video, and some things I'm not. And I've kind of went in a different direction with one of my planners. So I'm still using 2 planners, and I get a lot of questions about why anybody needs more than one planner and what I use my different planners for. So I personally believe that planners are a very, very individual thing, and what works for me may not necessarily work for you because I've tailored it to suit my needs, which are individual. Now, of course, it's great to get ideas and inspiration from other people, and that's why I love watching these kinds of videos and sharing my process with you. But just know that I'm not trying to say that I think this is like a one-size-fits-all for everybody. I don't think that at all. I think you need to figure out what works for you, and the best way I have found to do that is through trial and error. And another thing to keep in mind is it may not be static. You might not always use the same planner system for your entire life. You may go years without using a planner, or you might use an electronic planner like on your iPhone or something for a while. I used my iPhone Cal app for years, solely. Well, a few years, and I realized I really missed paper planning, and I was like kind of dropping the ball on things, and I feel like I just work better when I write things down. They stick more in my mind, and I like having a written reference to refer to. So that's something you have to kind of figure out for yourself. And like I said, it's not static. Like, I've changed my methods over the years and how I use things because my needs have changed. My life is not the same as it was 3 or 4 years ago, or 6 or 7 years ago, or 12 or 10, you know, whatever. 12 or 10, that was a weird number choice. But your needs change, so your planner needs might change. But I tend to stick with something for a long time after I've kind of figured out something that works for me for the moment. And I find that when I am using a planner system effectively, that means it's working for me. So if I'm naturally gravitated towards using it, that means it's working for me right now, and when I start not wanting to use it or not using it or skipping out on using it, then I know it's time to try something different if I want to have a planner system. I don't think you always have to have one. Like, again, what I said, personal choice. So let's jump in. So I held up briefly my 2 planners. So I have my Erin Condren Life Planner, and again, I'm going to apologize. I'm in our Utah home. I'm in my loftus, which is an office in a loft, and I don't have studio lighting here, so I'm using my makeup mirror, and you're going to see the glare from it. And I don't have my like overhead shot tripod where I can get really nice like flat overhead shots, so I'm filming them on an angle. So I apologize if it's not like the awesomest video, but I didn't want to wait until I'm home since I'm still not going to be home for a little while. I wanted to get this video up and share with you, so I apologize for all the wackiness in the filming, but hopefully you can get a sense of what I do. So like I said, I have my Erin Condren Life Planner. This is my 2nd year using this. I started using one I think it was about just November, December of 2014, and I've used one consistently since. And I use mine primarily for my posting schedule and brainstorming, all to do with my online content. So I have my main blog, organizedjen.com. I have a little Tumblr blog for my dog, winniethezoo.com. And then I have 3 YouTube channels. This one, Organized Like Jen, The Busy Bee Buzz, and My Housewife Life. And then I also have all of my social media platforms. And I just like to have a dedicated planner. I've just found that's really worked for me to keep on top of my planning schedule. I mean, my posting schedule and like ideas and just everything like that. And I love the Erin Condren Life Planner for that. This year they have the interchangeable covers, which I think is a really neat feature that they offer now. So I have my kind of like January winter blues one on now. And I also have a little festive paper clip. But I'm going to go into that individually in a second. I'm just giving a brief overview. And the other planner I use, this is like my everyday, my like everything calendar. This is a pocket-sized planner. It is from Mulberry. It is the Mulberry Pocketbook in the natural oak leather, or the oak natural leather, I should say, and it is pocket size, so it's definitely much smaller than what I've been using for the past few years. I've been really into my A5. I wanted something just a little more portable, a little easier to carry around. I feel like I'm still getting settled in it, even though I've been using it for 7 or 8 months, like I said, but I really do enjoy this size. I find it works for me right now, and it does everything I want it to do. So this one is like where I keep my daily to-do lists, my general monthly calendar. Those are the main things. And then, like I said, the Erin Condren Life Planner is for my kind of work schedule. So I'm gonna go through both of them with you. Like I said, the overhead shot isn't gonna be quite as awesome as I would want, but I really wanted to share. So let's share. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my Erin Condren Life Planner. I'm using it in a very, very similar way as I was for I didn't really change this up that much since the last time I showed you. I've gone through the planner, so I'm not going to do a whole review on it. I will post a link to where I show the planner in its completeness. Like I said, I really like the not reusable, but they are reusable, but the interchangeable covers. I think that's a neat feature. And I also, the only real accessory I use for my planner that's not from Erin Condren are paper clips that I just think are cute, and I use these to designate the month because I find the side tabs, while they're really, easy to locate and stuff, I just find that when you're just trying to reach it really quickly, I like to have a top marker. So I get these little paper clips from 2 shops on Etsy. One is called Kawaii Papery, and the other is called How Cute For You, and I will have all of this information linked in my coordinating blog post for you guys. But here you can see my monthly spread, and this is basically what really works for me to kind of visualize my posting schedule, kind of keep on top of what videos and blog posts I'm doing, and just helps me kind of visualize my whole posting. If that makes sense. So I was using the labels that you get with the Erin Condren Life Planner. They came out with the repositionable labels this year, and I find that for some reason they're not repositionable in really dry climates. They're only repositionable when it's really humid. So I went back to using my custom-made Avery labels. I use the 5418 label sheets. I will do a post or a video, I'm not sure which yet, on how I format these because I've gotten a lot of questions, so I will work on that for sure. But that's what I use because I like to pick them up and move them around, and I find it's easier to do that with this. And so I have 2 color schemes for each sort of my major categories. So I have, like I said, Organized Like Jen, the Busy Bee Buzz, and my Housewife Life. Those are sort of my 3 main things, and that's kind of how I split up generally all of my blog posts and videos. So I have 2 colors designated to each. So Organized Like Jen has blue and yellow. So blue is for YouTube videos and yellow is for posts. My Housewife Life is purple and orange. YouTube is purple, orange is for the blog, and the Busy Bee Buzz is green and pink. Green for YouTube and pink for the blog. And then sometimes I have posts that I think I'm going to do that I have on the schedule that I don't end up doing, but I don't want to throw away the little labels. I just pop them on the side. I like that I can kind of have general notes and plans for the month. There's a section for that. And that's basically how I use the month at a glance. So now I have the little snap-in ruler, that's the word, that comes with the planner on the week spread. So I'm showing you a spread from November. This is a very typical spread. I'm gonna go ahead and, well, I'll just flip the page so you guys can see a better outline here. But I do use the stickers that come standard in the book, the blank ones, which are back here, to designate appointments or important things that are going to kind of take time in when I would normally be working at my desk or in front of the camera. So that's the only time I really show where I'm scheduling things. I don't use this for my personal schedule. I literally just use it to put in like blocks of time when I know I can't be working on things at home because I have other places to be. And again, I'm all for color coding. I use blue for Organized Like Jen, green for My Housewife Life, and orange for the Busy Bee Buzz. And I love these pens. These are my favorite calendar pens from the last year. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce this brand. I believe it's Staedtler. It's spelled Staedtler. I love this set. It's really cool. I just use one of my stickers that comes free with your planner, actually. It kind of sits up on its own. Mine's a little bit broken because I use it so much, but they're great pens. I don't find they bleed through. They're very vivid colors, and I have a lot of choices with them. So I use these for both of my planners, but that I don't usually bring around with me. And then personal things, I use kind of maroon colors. And I use the sidebar to put notes for the goals for the week or whatever. And the bottom bar I use for kind of specific tasks, usually specific emails I need to get back to or whatever. And then I make little check boxes. I just make them with pen. I just make them myself. I don't use like a stamp or anything. And I check things off as I finish them, or I put parentheses around them if I didn't accomplish them that day. And sometimes I'll put arrows if it's to something that's gonna move over to the next week. And that's really basically how I use this calendar, this planner I should say. I do have, some notes and things in the back, some brainstorming and stuff that I do. So I do use the paper for other things as well. But mainly I use the calendar portion since that's the majority of the book anyway. And I find that it really, really works for me and I really love it. I don't keep this I don't like take this around with me. It really just stays on my desk, or I carry it around my house, but I don't really take it out. It is a little bit bulkier to carry, although I think, I would definitely have carried this around at school. I think this would be a really nice school planner. So that's that planner. Just one more accessory I want to show you. Erin Condren keeps coming out with like the cutest things. And I know I talk about Erin Condren products a lot and people get kind of like weirded out by it, but it's only because I honestly really like them. I wouldn't share something with you guys that I didn't genuinely like. I don't receive monetary compensation from them. I do have a referral link for them where if you're a first-time customer, you receive $10 off your first purchase if you click on my referral link. And what I get back is credits to use at erincondren.com, which I designate as giveaway prizes for you. So stay tuned to the end because there's big prizes coming up. Anyway, I get a lot of questions about that and kind of concerns. You guys, I wouldn't show you something that I didn't genuinely use and love, whether I have an affiliate or referral status with them or not. And like I said, they don't pay me. I don't get any money from them. So there's that. So let's put that aside. I did want to show you this little guy. This is the new Carry All Clutch. They just keep coming out with cute things. It's a neoprene case. You could really use this for a lot of things. I mean, you can get it personalized. I just think it's so cute. Now I can't fit my planner in there with the clip on, but I just take that off. So it's great for traveling. Like the only time I really travel with my Erin Condren Life Planners when I come to Utah because I come for such long stretches of time. I find I can fit both that pen pack and my planner, which is a big planner. I think it's got 18 months in it, all in this. I just think this is so cool. So, I don't know, I just thought I'd show you that because I thought some of you might be interested in seeing the accessories. Plus, it's like cute. I just love her designs. That was what drew me to her initially. Didn't really know a lot about the calendar layout before I started looking at her products, but I just love the design. So colorful and cheery. Not everybody's cup of tea, but like I said, it's what works for me. And speaking of coming out with new things, they recently launched their Happy New You clutch, which I have right here to show you. Awesome! I'm actually going to run my first ever Instagram giveaway. I'm going to be giving away 5 of these. So you can head on over to my Instagram, which is always linked below if you guys want to win. I'll just quickly show you what's in it. It comes with well, let's pull everything out. First of all, it comes in this cool clutch. It's like plastic clear clutch case. Monthly budget book. It comes with a perpetual calendar. The wellness journal, which is my favorite thing if you want to keep a food and exercise journal and don't want to kind of make one yourself. I think this is a really nice one. And it comes with a snap-in to-do list. You can snap right into your Erin Condren Life Planner. A snap-in menu meal planner. Very cool. And elastic bands and a pen holder. So I'm going to have 5 winners for that on my Instagram. Check it out if you're interested in winning. So I'll show you my Mulberry Pocket planner. They call it just a pocket book in England. Mulberry is an English company. They make gorgeous leather goods. It is quite pricey, their items. I have a couple of handbags from them and a wallet that I love and I've been using for over a year straight, and I just love it so much. They're very high quality products. You know you're getting a high quality product with it, but it is pricey. Do I think you need to spend this kind of money to get a really nice pocket agenda? No, but since I make my own money and can choose what I would do with it, I decided that I wanted to have this because I thought that I would really enjoy it and get a lot of use out of it, and what do you know, I do. So I've had this since the summer and I love it. Like I said, I made the jump from A5 to pocket because I just found that I wanted something that was easier to bring with me. I wanted to be able to bring my calendar with me when we travel, even if I'm not bringing my Erin Condren Life Planner or whatever. I just wanted to have something a little easier to take around with me. That's not to say that I'm always going to use a pocket planner. I don't know, but it's working for me right now. And I love this one. So you can see, here it is. It's so cute. Very, very little. The Mulberry ones have smaller rings too. They're a little bit more narrow, I feel like, than the Filofax and Kiki K ones. I do have a planner charm on here. It says keep calm and build a snowman. Love this. It's from another Etsy shop. I love Etsy. Shelly Belly Forever. She makes really awesome planner charms. And I actually have that attached to a little ruler I made. So I'll just pop it open for you guys so you can see it. I don't keep a lot in the pockets because they're very tight and I don't want to stretch out the leather. I have a couple of my old business cards. Those aren't even my new ones. And I will say that the pen holder is very, very small. Luckily, I had this Vera Bradley pen that I've been using for years. I used it with my Finchley Filofax. I had a pen and pencil set. Sadly, Vera Bradley doesn't sell this size pen anymore, but I find it's the perfect size. That fits right there. So that worked out great. And the only other thing I keep in the front is a little card. Now, I did make my own dividers and this little card. It's my first time making my own planner accessories. I got a laminator, which was pretty inexpensive, and it was really fun to make, and I just wanted to have the ability to do that myself. They're not perfect because it was my first try and I was really experimenting, but I really had fun with it and I just love it. I just bought this beautiful double-sided paper from Paper Source and went to town. And I just will mention a couple of my favorite things. These bottom sticky notes, sadly, are from the Target dollar spot, like 5-6 months ago, and I haven't seen them since, and it's too bad because they're super cute. And they were $1. And I just stuck a couple on. I'm actually running out. But what I did was I would just peeled off. I didn't put like the whole sticky pad on this so it would be slim and fit. I just stuck like maybe a quarter or half of the pad on, and it works just fine. And I just used double-sided tape on the last piece to make sure it really stuck. So these sticky notes on the top I love, and I use these a lot, and they are by Girl of All Work, and they're the sticky tabs. They come in a couple different patterns. They are the perfect size for small planners. And I will say that if you want to go the small planner route, it helps to have really small handwriting or be comfortable writing small because, you know, space is limited. So I actually have been using Do-It-Yourself-ish inserts. She's another Etsy shop, showing the Etsy love, for the past 6-7 months, and I really like them. They're definitely unique and different from anything I've ever seen. In terms of inserts that you have to print and cut yourself, they are pretty pricey, I think, but they're, like I said, completely unlike anything I've ever seen, and very, very intricate and useful, and she's just brilliant, this lady who has designed these, and she makes them in all the different planner sizes. So if you have a different size planner and want to check her out, again, I'll have all of this linked. I basically use 2 sets because she makes one of the monthly calendar I like comes in one set she offers, whereas the daily calendar I like comes in another. So the sets that I use are the V3S5, which actually is like, I think it's like a week on 2 pages, but I only use it for the fold out. Now this is last year's model, I guess. This is this year's. It's just a little bit different. And like I said, you print and cut these yourselves. And I'm going to do a tutorial on how I cut and print them because it was a bit of a learning curve for me, so I will hopefully have that up for you guys soon. But on one side it has this like task page. I don't use this obviously, but I really like the fold out month at a glance, because when I'm planning in this book, I can see my monthly calendar while I'm working in it, and I just love that. The only thing I will say is because it's like a, 3 pieces of paper almost, if they were single pieces of paper, it is quite bulky, and I can't fit quite the whole year in without the planner getting totally stuffed of my monthly inserts. So that's something I'm still kind of deciding on, if this is what I really want, or if I want to go back to just traditional month on 2-page view. She does offer that too, and I know she has it in the pocket size, and I'm assuming she has it in the other sizes too. Really pretty, colorful, but easy to read monthly planner. But so this is where I put my personal calendar, and this involves anything that I have to do personally, or my husband, or my dog, or with my family, appointments, calls, whatever. And it's color coded, but things that are just me oriented are light blue, birthdays and holidays are in red, travel is in dark blue, family things are in orange, things with me and Don are in purple, and and Winnie is in pink, and that is my general color scheme, and I keep that throughout my calendar. So I use my little ollie clips to kind of clip past pages, and I really only keep a month of pages of the daily pages in here at a time, again, to keep down on bulk. And then I put the pages that I've already used into my little Kiki K planner that I use for, calendar that's already happened. If I want to reference back, I can just look at that. I don't have it here to show you, but that's how I use that planner, my little Kiki K planner. But I like to keep the last 2 weeks in my planner in case I want to look back on something specifically, and the next 2 weeks. So like I said, I have a month in at any time, and then at the end of the week on Sunday when I do my weekly planning, I will pull out the extra week and add in the next week, if that makes sense. So there's always a month at a time in the planner. So I made myself this little kind of cheapo ruler. I really wanted a clear ruler that I could see through. I just used some clear transparency paper, and I traced a ruler and I cut it down to size. I put a little washi tape at the top so I could find it and easily, and I have punched a hole at the bottom to put the little planner charm in. So it's easy for me to either find it from the top or the bottom, and it's perfectly clear so I can see through it, and that's what I like. And here you can see how I'm using my day on a page calendar. For a few months I was using the day on 2-page calendar from Do It Yourself Fish, which I really liked as well, and I kind of was experimenting with using the one side as my to-do list / calendar and the other side as journal. Because I stopped using notebook journals for a while, and I was just using the one-sided paper as a kind of a general daily journal. And while I did enjoy that, I found that I really just like having a separate journal and not being confined to one page. So I went back to having a full-time journal, just like a dedicated notebook. But here you can see what I do is I use now I'm upside down, so you'll have to excuse me. This side of the page, the right-hand column, whatever this column is, I'm not good at discerning upside down. I'm gonna hold this like this so you guys can see it a little bit better. I use this side of the page to write in any scheduled appointments. Usually I don't have a lot of appointments in one day, so I will go ahead and use that space to put in sticky notes. And I use the little Girl of All Work tabs, and I use these to for things that aren't necessarily tasks, but things that I might be able to move from day to day, or kind of like extra things. I don't have a rhyme or reason for it other than that, but it's just easy for me to pick those up and move them to other days or other weeks or whatever. And then on the other column, I go ahead and make little boxes and kind of outline my major tasks for the day. And this includes to-dos, but also things that I'd like to do. So sometimes I don't, I want to make time to knit one day, and sometimes I just won't make time. I will find some other thing to do. If it's like, picking up, in the basement or something. And those are all important things, but you gotta prioritize some things on some days and some things on others, if that makes sense, just for peace of mind. So this is from December. This is right before Christmas, actually. You can see my little calendar. But you can get a sense of how I use the calendar. I generally check off the things that I do. Sometimes I forget. There is also this weekly scheduling page, which I don't use that much. I'm not quite sure about this. The calendar also comes with this version or this version, which kind of sticks out, which is really nice for planning. So it would be possible to use this for at-a-glance planning instead of having the whole fold-out calendar. I was using this page for a while. This comes standard in the version 2.2 day on one page calendar that I'm showing you here. It's basically the same this year as it was last year. It comes with this weekly page or this weekly page, so you can choose and print whatever one you like better. Like I said, I've been using this one because this just got a little bit bulky, but I don't know, I might go back to using this version. It's really nice when you're planning to have your appointments kind of sticking out, but that's kind of how I use the month at a glance planner. So I don't know, it's kind of a work in progress, but I really enjoy this calendar. I just think it's so interesting. And like I said, I can't fit the whole year of months in, so I just have the next 3 in. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what we do. And I have these other 2 sections for travel and notes, but there's nothing in them. I have a little dashboard at the back just to kind of keep my paper, my things from not bending or creasing. This is by Mrs. Brimbles on Etsy. She makes really, really cute things. And then I have this little pouch. I don't know what, I have nothing in there, and I have some cash, some emergency cash. And that's basically everything that I keep in the Mulberry Pocket. Now, I did show you the pouch for my my Erin Condren Life Planner. I do use a pouch for my Mulberry Planner. When I am home stationary and it's not coming around with me, I use this little Kate Spade pouch I bought on clearance years ago that I've used for journals and things. I love that. Oh, here, I'll go back to this view. I love that it fits in there. I also have some important papers that I like to carry around, and then my current journal, I'm using a little pocket Moleskine. That's just what works for me. Again, Ollie Clip love. I have a little pen. And I've just been using this recently and really liking it. I love my Moleskine journals. This is stuff that I access every day. So that's why I keep that in there with me. When I'm gonna pop my planner into my purse, I don't wanna carry around the big Kate Spade thing. I mean, it's not that big, but you know, I don't carry huge purses. Currently, I've been really into kind of smaller purses. I use one of these great Orla Kylie for Target pouches. It comes in a set of 3. This is the medium size. I believe all 3 are $9.99 if I'm not mistaken. This is the perfect size pouch for a pocket planner. I will show you. It goes right in like that. You can see it fits. It's a little bit padded, which is nice, but it's very lightweight. And it fits like a glove. It is like perfect. Plus it's super cute. Honestly, like how cute is that? And they keep on coming out with different colors and designs. I haven't seen this design online. They still have the last design online, but I have seen these in stores. So and I love these. I use the different sizes for my knitting and for lots of other things. It's just really convenient little pouch. So that's kind of how I pop it in my purse with me. Now I don't carry it around with me every day because usually when I'm running out, it's like to go to the grocery store or something, and I don't keep shopping lists or anything in my planner. I know a lot of people do a lot more in their planners. I use mine really just for to-do lists and time management. When I do want to carry it around, just this and not, you know, my notebook and everything, then I just bring this, and that works just fine. So that's basically everything that I have to share with you today. I hope this was interesting. I hope the filming wasn't too annoying. I apologize again, I don't have quite my same setup as I do at our main home, but I do want to share a giveaway with you. Like I mentioned, I get credits back to erincondren.com when you guys buy things using my link, and I have some giveaway prizes. Over December, they had these really cute bundles where if you bought a gift card, you got these really cool calendar bundles. I'll kind of give you a close-up of it. And it comes with this cute clutch, this like cute clear clutch, a monthly planner, a monthly planner, that's just a monthly planner, the elastic bands, and then a desktop calendar, and this kind of comes in a little case that you can set up as an easel, and the pens, Erin Condren pens, which are very nice. So I have a $100 gift card to go along with this, and there will be 10 winners. 10 of you will win a $100 gift card to erincondren.com and the little clutch that I showed you, this little calendar clutch, which I think is so cute, like I said. So to enter to win, you're just gonna head on over to my coordinating blog post, which I will link below, and follow the easy directions. It is open internationally. If you're under the age of 18, I just ask that you have parental permission, and it will run for a week. And like I said, if you're interested in winning the Happy New You clutch from Erin Condren, check out my Instagram page for how to enter that. So yeah, lots of fun goodies for you guys. I would love to know how you guys use your planners, if you have one, or if you use like an electronic planner. If you want to share, that would be great. Let me know. And I will have pictures and links and the giveaway details on my blog, so check that out too. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you real soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.